Hey guys, how you guys doing? Honestly, hope you guys are doing well. So in today's video, we actually kind of did like a conquer colonies kind of thing. If you read a little bit of history, when the Spanish came into Latin America and built their houses and all that, and then got the resources. So we're making like a small base near a village where we're gonna take our villagers afterwards. So yeah, right now we are kind of watching a small slideshow of some images that I wanted you to guys see to kind of expand and go into this video's mindset, knowing that we are living right now as I'm talking to this mic. The earth is rotating in the middle of so many possibilities that we're not even sure what's out there. And today's video we're also gonna mention a Indian sage slash monk called Ramana Maharishi. And yeah, his story is super interesting. So his story says that when he was 16, he actually felt an intense and overwhelming fear that he was about to physically die. This triggered sickness, danger. This just made him crazy. But what he did was just lay on the ground, and he basically got the thought that if I'm going to die, let me see what death really is like. And then he started kind of observing his thoughts, and I go deeper into this in my blog, which I will share, but let me explain a bit. So independent of how this day is going, of what you're thinking right now, of how I talk, or how this video is going, or the music I'm playing right now, or what you have to do tomorrow, what you're thinking right now, first observe what you're thinking right now. So let's say in my blog I say this. So let's say I am thinking of, oh, I forgot what I was going to write right now. Then I, or me, in my mind, I observe this by saying I am thinking this. So just being aware of what you're thinking, because most of the time we are unconscious or unaware of what we're thinking, and we just let our thoughts just pull us into identification, as I can say. So yeah, we're making this little base and next to the village, and then we're gonna take some villagers out to our main base to work for us. So yeah, we're kind of like using them as slaves, but what can we do, man? So yeah, Ramana Maharishi, as I was saying, he came to the realization that I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am the self, pure awareness. He kind of watched his thoughts, he kind of observed his feeling that he was getting. So I kind of can, I'm not saying I'm an expert at this, but when I get pain, I can observe the pain in a way that, I don't know, just close your eyes and observe it, and you feel your real you go into that portal. Let me read another short paragraph of my blog. So I say, who are you? You may begin by saying your name, where you're from, and so on. But who is really you? Are you a person that is basically just made up of all concepts? I know this is when things start getting confusing, but you will know it to be true. Let's begin. You were born in a country that was named by other people. You were born into a place you did not decide to be born. You didn't even decide to be born. You were born a certain height, weight, got a random eye color, and then you say you are that person. That is when you realize who we really are. How do we know that we are not that person? Or how do we know that we are not the person that we think we are, or the person people think we are? We can observe our thoughts. This again can be confusing, but just notice that right at this second, what you're thinking, you can watch it. Oh, I'm thinking of how strong it is raining outside. Oh, I'm thinking of whatever. When we do this, we notice a space that exists between our mind and the thinker and our consciousness. That is when all of this begins, and that is what Ramana Maharishi realized when he enlightened at 16 years of age. So yeah, we made some glass, we put up the windows, we were making like a similar rooftop to the other houses near the village. And yeah, we're gonna make this base and then start moving some villagers to my other base. If you guys watch the previous videos, you will see. So yeah, I wanna kind of like expand my mind and just talk about whatever. And yeah, I want to talk the importance of writing down anything, whatever you're thinking. Just don't focus too much on what you're writing, or if you're writing good or bad. Just write whatever, guys. I feel that God talks, like I wrote this, and I am thankful of how God talks to me through myself. It's amazing. Like, just write, just talk to yourself, like how I'm doing right now. I'm basically talking to myself because you guys are also me. We share the same consciousness, we share the same energy, so that's just crazy, man. And I know I also mentioned him a lot, but Eckhart Tolle, I read a quote by him saying that freedom or the end of suffering begins when you realize you're not the thinker. And that's absolutely true. It changes everything when you know that what you're thinking right now, like in the background, I'm hearing some noise by my neighbors or whatever, and we don't really care. I mean, it's not in our control, and I'm talking, random random crap, but it's just amazing that honestly changes everything. It changes everything. If you want to do a good habit, often you feel this resistance towards it because maybe you're not accustomed or used to doing this habit. And just know that you have no other option, because right at this moment, as I mentioned probably in my last video, after finishing this video or watching this video, you're gonna have a decision. You're gonna have the decision of, yeah, you could watch other videos like me, and it helps you in a way. I'm not saying I'm super helpful, or I don't know, whatever, but you have two decisions. You can either waste your time being negatively, or you can go into the good path, into God's path. And I also saw a picture showing a demon, like the devil and Jesus Christ, and it's like a cartoon, and it's saying, I hope people realize we are mindsets. Like, the devil is the mindset of negativity, wasting your time, using your phone without any purpose, because you can use your phone with good purpose. I've changed that a lot. Teach your whatever app you use, let's say Instagram or whatever, teach your algorithm, search for news and keep liking those posts or whatever. Make a new account and start from the beginning, and you'll get good content. I think that's key to improving your habits, improving your mindset overall, because anything new will help you break the loop of going into that negative route. So thank you guys for listening.